When you crack open an annual report, it's easy to just see a bunch of numbers, but there's always a story hiding in there. And today, we're going to dig into the 2024 to 25 report from Aadhar Housing Finance to find a really powerful one. A story about growth, sure, but also about a mission and about something that's at the heart of any nation, having a place to call home. And that really leads to the big question that seems to be the engine for everything Aadhar does. It's not just about, financing some bricks and mortar. It's about building a future. So let's get into it and see how they're actually pulling this off. All right, let's kick things off with their performance because, honestly, the numbers here are pretty wild. This is really where their story gets its muscle. So, first up, let's talk assets under management, or AUM. We're talking 255 billion rupees. Just to break that down, that's the total value of all the home loans they're managing right now. That number alone tells you just how huge their scale and reach is. And get this, that massive scale, it's also super profitable. In the last fiscal year, their profit after tax hit 9 billion rupees. And that's the really important part here. This isn't just some feel-good social project, it's a legit financial powerhouse. And they've built it by serving customers that, frankly, a lot of other companies just ignore. Okay, but what's really striking when you look at this chart is how consistent their growth has been. Just look at the revenue trend. 5 years ago, they were at 16 billion rupees. Today, 31 billion. That's almost double. It's this steady, powerful climb that tells you this company has some serious momentum. So, okay, we've seen the what, the impressive growth. But to really get what Aadhar is all about, we have to look at the why. What's the problem they're actually trying to solve here? And this number pretty much says it all. 10.1 million. That's the current housing shortage in India. Think about that for a second. This isn't just some market opportunity for a company to cash in on. It is a massive national challenge affecting millions and millions of families. And that brings us right to the core of this company. Their whole mission is summed up in this one phrase. Ghar banega to desh banega. It means when homes are built, the nation is built. It's such a powerful idea, right? It connects what they do every single day directly to solving that massive 10.1 million home shortage. So the big question is, how do they do it? How do you connect that massive social challenge to those incredible financial results we just saw? Well, it all comes down to their unique way of doing business, what we can call the Aadhar way. First off, just look at their reach. It's absolutely insane. We're talking 580 branches spread across 545 districts. And this isn't just about setting up shop in the big cities. No, they are deep in the semi-urban and rural parts of the country, exactly the places where getting a loan has always been tough. And here's where they get really clever. They have this smart, two-pronged approach to checking credit. So, if you're a salaried customer with regular pay stubs, your application goes to a central hub. It's fast, it's efficient, but if you're self-employed, your application is handled right there at the local branch. Why? Because the local team can do a much deeper, more personal assessment. They have that real, on-the-ground understanding. They've also got this amazing grassroots network they call Aadhar Mitras. Now, these are people like your local shopkeeper or a neighborhood vendor who can refer people who need a loan. It's a totally genius way to build trust and get their network deep into the community fabric. And you can see how well this strategy works right here in their customer mix. It's almost perfectly balanced between salaried and self-employed folks. This is the engine that's driving those big financial numbers we looked at earlier. By figuring out how to serve both of these groups, they've unlocked this massive, stable market. But the story doesn't end there, with just building more houses. Aadhar is also thinking really hard about how those houses get built. And this adds a whole other layer to their mission. So they've teamed up with the International Finance Corporation to push for affordable green homes. And the key thing to understand is that green here doesn't mean expensive or luxury. For their customers, it means your electricity and water bills are going to be at least 20% lower. That's real money going back into the pockets of families who need it most every single month. And this isn't just talk, they're actually doing it. Just in the last fiscal year, Aadhar got 90 green housing projects certified across the country. So yeah, this is happening right now. And this chart gives you a little peek at the breakdown. The program is nationwide, for sure, but you can see that Karnataka has really jumped out as a leader here, with almost half of all those certifications. That's an awesome sign that it's really catching on at the regional level. And this quote from the CEO, Rishi Anand, I think it just perfectly sums up the company's whole vibe. It's all about being thankful, building trust, and staying laser-focused on empowering people's lives through what they do. So they've got this super strong foundation, right? Growth and purpose, hand in hand. So what's next? Let's zoom out a bit and look at the road ahead.
Well, Aadhar is basically riding some powerful waves right now. You've got rapid urbanization, incomes are on the rise, there's a huge young population just starting their careers, and on top of all that, you have the government consistently backing the housing sector. All of these things are pointing in one direction: massive, continued demand.
And if you want a headline number for the future, here it is. By 2030, the Indian housing market is projected to be worth $1 trillion. The potential for growth here is just staggering. Which kind of leaves us with this one big thought to chew on. Aadhar has basically proven that you can make serious money while tackling one of society's biggest, toughest problems. So with millions of families still needing a place to call home, you have to ask, is this blend of profit and purpose the actual blueprint for the future of finance?